So I've been asked, why are you doing a YouTube channel? Well, clearly to get rich and famous. No, of course I don't want a Ferrari, I don't want a Lamborghini, I don't want girls in bikinis. Okay, maybe girls in bikinis, but I live by the beach. I'm talking about girls at the Louvre in my Love Your Way through the Louvre. That would mean the world to me if you just take a free look at the book. Those Ferraris and Lamborghinis dream kind of amuse me because that kind of remind me when I was a teenager back in California. Hi to Debbie, my California mom, by the way. And that was already the dream of like pop star and hip hop star. So it's kind of a funny way, like how things like get so old school. We changed the entire game of television, of communication, but we got back to babes in thongs. I mean, I don't know, there's something kind of disturbing with that. But you know me, I don't judge. It's people taste. And if studying art history teach you one thing, it's a people's choice. Fancy millionaires are into fancy cars. You know who designed those cars? Well, probably students who went to Beaux-Arts at one point. Ironic. Bikinis are designed by people into the fashion industry. Yes. People who've been to school learn how to draw, how to cut, learn how to do art. To sell these products, we'll need other kind of geniuses, business genius. I've been using Airbnb, so it's the idea of Brian and Jobot to promote my tours. Now it's just Stephen Chan's creation. Whatever has creators, we need business people to go forward, and these famous troubadours, you know, most of the time they're into music and they rap. Well, I'm telling you what, music is a form of art invented by troubadours. So not the way we go back to museums, or we go back to monks. Monks probably came up with music, or at least they came up with a grammar of music, how to code music, how to create music, how to write music. I remember when I was a kid, while a young man, I had my uncle Coco, and I asked him, how do you choose artists? And he said, well, it's very simple, Cedric. They have to make me laugh. And that's how I named my company after that quote, because that's impressive. My uncle, by the way, never went to school. He had to quit school at the age of 12, and he became a super duper famous gallerist. So again, just go with your guts. 90% of the time is going to do a lot of the job. And you know what? Art history is always funny, or at least ironic. Back in 1874, the first exhibit of the Impressionists, a guy spat on Monet's impression Sunrise, the first Impressionist painting ever. And now Monet became probably one of the most famous painters in the world. That's ironic to me. If you become a famous YouTuber, you can buy a Monet's painting, or you can buy a Ferrari. I'm cool with Ferraris. Everything that comes from Italy is like dear to my heart. To me, Italian Renaissance is the most important movement in art history. You know why? Let me give you an example. Well, 1492, Christopher Columbus did, well, we all know what Christopher Columbus did, right? 1503, Leonardo da Vinci came up with the Mona Lisa. 10 years, a little bit more than 10 years. In 10 years, a guy discovered a continent, and another guy changed art history forever, right? If there's one guy who literally put art history to another level, well, that's Da Vinci, right? So just 10 years, right? And I'm always wondering why did that happen? Why is like a guy from Genoa and a guy from, well, Da Vinci, because that's where Da Vinci was born. He got his name from that, right? And the answer is because in the time of the Renaissance, princes, we back to business geniuses, but like people who can afford or push artists to go forward by buying and pushing them to produce for money. It's still a job, never forget that, right? By pushing these guys, right, and they decided to make the cities beautiful, perfect. Every single detail have to be a work of art, right? Every street, every design of the city, every column, every pilaster, every wall, every plate, every dress, every hairdo, every makeup, everything. the beard, the guys were wearing jewels and bling like YouTubers today, right? Everything has to be perfect, like I don't know, like sneakers in the NBA now. So like the things have to be work of art, right? And I think that when you live in a city that is inspiring so much, that is giving you the strength to like, okay, everything is perfect, I have to at least dress well, I have to talk properly, boom, it became a city of great poets, great music. Let me give you another example. Who invented comedy? The Greeks. Who put it who put comedy to another level? Commedia dell'arte. We back to Italy. And Romans had the same idea of making a beautiful environment that will give you the will to live a beautiful life, to live in a beautiful environment. Apple does not fall far from the tree. To give you the idea to live in such a beautiful environment that you want to do something beautiful with your life on a daily basis. The way you dress, the way you sing, the way you speak, the way you sing, the way you address the world, the way you enjoy everything so much that you want to give back some of that, right? And I want to live in a world like that. Again, that's why I live in a world of museums where everything is just so beautiful. It's blowing my mind every day. Museums are closed right now. Well, I'm reading a lot of poetry. Can't read poetry. Well, Borghese once said, learn poetry by heart. If you go to jail one day, it will help you so you have beauty within yourself all the time. That could be songs, that could be anything. Never forget to keep some beauty in yourself, especially in the difficult times we're going through. Whether you want it or not, creation is the result of your environment. So I moved to a new fantastic apartment with a great view. And when I look at my boys' drawings, their relation to colors has completely changed because the light is fantastic. My elder asked me, Daddy, why are the clouds getting orange or pink? He said, oh, don't say anything, Daddy. I know. It's because the sky, when he wakes up, is coloring them orange or pink. How beautiful is that? Kids are filled with poetry. You don't have a poetry book next to you, look at kids. Kids are filled with poetry. Okay, not 24/7, but most of the time kids are filled with poetry. I do believe in that, right? What was a question on that one? Oh yeah, why am I making YouTube videos? Well, I guess I'm gonna have to make another video on this one, but maybe it is to color you clouds orange and pink. That's it for today. Don't forget to laugh in museums, to buy Ferraris, to subscribe, to like these videos, to share these videos around you that mean the world to me. And most important, never forget what my guru used to say: if you're not doing it with a smile, well, you're doing it wrong.